There was also Bobby,
Poppy,
right.
Lucy.
Lucy.
Hi, everybody. This is
Hi.
Lucy.
I had a Lucy once, but
Oh.
she did not look like your Lucy.
No,
So
this is 4.5 month old black lab, probably mixed with a bunch of other things we don't know.
Wonderful.
It just occurs to me, she is currently meeting our cats for the second time, and she has only been in this room 0 times. So
She's
very
like, where?
hello.
What?
She's so confused
Am
right
I-
now.
It keeps getting
New
bigger.
things.
Yeah, it's bigger on the inside, like your
Mhm.
TARDIS recording box, Charlotte. Okay, I have to go take her back downstairs, but I wanted to at least introduce, and I'll probably put this on the beginning.
She's
Say
so
hi.
fluffy.
Say hi.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
look at your baby.
Okay.
He's your baby. You're back. Come here, you.
It's the face. The face.
The
is
face
killing
and
me.
the ears.
Yeah,
I also need to
floppy
grab
ears.
food. I'll be right back.
You know what's
Look at
kind
that.
of funny?
Hmm.
The dog didn't hear anything that we said.
No, it's
That's
just a bunch
right.
of like,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Unpredicted Party, the only Middle-earth TTRPG that will finally answer the question, why didn't they just take the Eagles to Mordor? And we are one step closer to answering that question. Around me are my internet friends. Say hi, internet friends.
Hi, internet friends.
So
I am your humble lore master, Don Marshall, and addressing the elephant in the room first, Katie is not here. We had a very last-minute cancellation. She is not feeling well today. Given what I had planned already, we are going to continue to move forward with Katie's blessing. So Katie, it's going to be like at least a month and a half until this airs by the time this comes to air. So you're obviously feeling better unless it's long COVID, in which case, please go to a hospital. Get well soon, Katie. I'm sure you're already better. Okay, let's carry on.
Time. Yeah.
Okay. Before we get started, we do want to thank our sponsors. Thank you to Free League Publishing, who sent us their version of the One Ring, the Middle-earth TTRPG. You can go to freeleaguepublishing.com to get yours today. You can also go to therookandtheraven.com for all of your TTRPG note taking. Oh, excuse me. I drank a Bud Light seltzer before I started this. It was a mistake. You can go to, I'm not going to cut that. The best part is I'm not going to cut this out because I know
we
myself.
know
well.
you won't.
It's what the people want.
It is. It is.
it's the
Burps and
all.
You can go to therookandtheraven.com for all of your TTRPG note-taking needs. They sell some wonderful stuff. I'm happy to report that my wife and I are finally going to start a new TTRPG soon, so that book will get some really excellent use. Charlotte, yes? Oh, you were moving your microphone, not raising your hand. I'm sorry. Sorry. You're just like so daintily like, hi, yeah, I don't have one. I'm like, I'm sorry, I know. Yes, Charlotte, you have a question?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We also have merchandise. You can go to donmarshall72store.com for all your Unpredicted Party merchandise, whether it is the 3 characters, I for one will welcome our bird overlords, and maybe eventually soon, I don't know if I'm actually going to do it, Flubberworm merch. Y'all have pestered me enough. See if we can make it happen. A very special thanks to a few other folks. The artwork is done by Sarah M. Shunky. You can find her at Sarah M. Shunky on Instagram. The battle maps are done by Little Wit the Cartographer. Search his services on Facebook. The music has been crafted by Cullen Vance. You can stream all of his music on Spotify, Bandcamp, and iTunes. You can also go to cullenvancecreative.com. A special thanks to my wife, Nat, who, on top of helping me deal with a 4.5-month-old puppy named Lucy, who you probably saw before any of this aired because I intermixed it between with her introduction, has also helped me take care of today's session during our last minute cancellation so that things are more organized. Honey, thank you very much. I love you. With all of that out of the way, are we ready to go ahead and get started?
I suppose so.
Hot tub scene.
Oh God.
Let's go. When we last left off, our heroes, having successfully overthrown Grima Wormtongue, knocked down the Golden Hall of Meadowseld, found Eowyn, rescued Eomer, found that she had reformed the Shield Maidens of Rohan, battled a Balrog, and gone through some really intense PTSD in the process, mostly just Tanel, but you know, Halloweth, you're keeping it locked down for now.
Oh yeah. He needs therapy, but he's not talking.
It's like that scene in Good Will Hunt. It's like
Yeah.
that scene in Good Will Hunting where Robin Williams and they're just sitting there like,
Yeah, pretty much. That's what he'll be. He'll be like, I don't know why I'm here. And we all
Well,
do.
we all do. We all do. Yes. Hey, if any of your friends remind you of Halloweth, encourage them to go to therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do that.
Yeah, that's it. All right. You all managed, despite my best well, no, not despite my best efforts. I did kill one of you, but well, almost. With a Gandalf healing check after Tanel reached 0 HP and was considered wounded. Coming in clutch, and I can't believe she's not here for me to give her more praise. Kadiosaurus, aka Eowyn, managed to save Tanel. But not before Tanel had some pretty intense conversations in what you would probably, well, I'll actually ask you this, Tori. What did you interpret this more as a dream, as a deathbed, as a afterlife? What was your take on it?
A brief step into the afterlife through the veil and then swiftly yanked back out is, I think, how Tanel is imagining it.
Processing all of this.
So,
as you will.
yeah.
Tori, you also got some new powers. Tanel now has a boost to all of her stats for a number of turns. However, because of the failed awareness check.
Sorry, I think Tori just gave us a new gift.
Oh,
The
yes.
little dance.
The
Yeah,
little-
yeah, no problem.
Can we all
That was
just
a
do-
very Zach dance, actually.
We're picking
Zach,
up each
Yeah,
Zach
I
other's
is
was
always
actually
doing this
think-
little.
There you go.
So
I'm
I
just
have a
gonna
thing-
give all of this.
A very weird thing, which friends of mine have picked up after about the second time they hang out with me in person, is when I eat, I move my hips because I'm happy to be eating, but I do a little jig when I'm eating, and it's
shimmy.
I made myself a full chicken. I misinterpreted my time and made a full chicken meal. And it was really, really good. So I was just eating it, and I've been jigging
Maybe a
around
little.
as I've been doing.
That's
I
it.
amazing.
often see you doing that just when things are getting interesting here,
Yeah,
and you're
it's-
just doing this little
Making out with
So cute.
Thranduil. Ooh, let's
Ooh,
jig.
ooh.
Killing a
Now I'm
Balrog.
really
Very
wiggling my
different kind
hips.
of jig.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, there's part of my recap back into it. You killed Balrog. You got it down to the necessary stuff. And look, the Balrog had a certain number of HP, but that was too cool. I wasn't about to be the stone only deals 13 damage, but it had 14 left. So no, that was really awesome. So I reward Rule of Cool. But though not in the way that you expected, Halloweth. I will say that the
true.
gems and the stones didn't quite work. So the magic
No.
hasn't quite
Well, it was just Barry was helping, so I guess it was what Barry was focusing on.
It was
Mhm.
big
the
team
cave
effort.
itself. Boom.
Like
Wonderful.
I mean, the Balrog being -1 arm
Mhm.
was really
Huge.
who could have foreseen,
Huge.
you know?
Yeah.
The failed athletic, or not the failed athletics check, but the didn't roll high enough, and the creature of slime that appeared after the fact was clutch, because I was about to burn you all out of that cave. And we might have been exploring the glittering caves a bit more, but my God, that was clutch.
It was so good.
Yeah, well done. All right, so
Wait, Don.
yeah. Well, hang on.
One other thing happened right
what-
after that episode.
One other thing happened after
What
that
happened,
episode.
Don?
Folks, Beery has finally gotten his wish. I would like to welcome our newest full-time
That's
cast
correct.
member, Charlotte Moore Lambert. Charlotte,
Mhm.
welcome.
Hey, you have to put me in the opening credits now.
That's right. I do. You know what? I'll have done it previously because this is after the theme song. I'll wonder if anybody noticed.
Ooh.
Ooh, fancy stuff.
Mm. Happy to be
Oh,
here.
Happy to have
And
you.
you and Max made me cry about it, and it was really wholesome. And
Yeah. Well, what people don't see behind the scenes is like the discussions I have with the guests. Like, all right, what's the plan? How do we text about this? And Charlotte, you very openly was like, you were like planning on having Tariel make an exit, and I was like, I don't want you to.
yeah.
You got more to do.
Anything better than happy tears? Come on.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I was riding high for like 2
I
days
actually have
after
I
that.
actually have a little add-on to this, which was very amusing when Don texted me about this.
Oh,
Because Don texted me quite late at night and was like, "Hey," and Miguel was like, "Isn't it like just checking? Like, hey, Charlotte's going to be joining us full time. Is that cool?" I was like, "Don, I would love that. That sounds absolutely wonderful. Absolutely, completely on board." And then the next morning, I wake up at 8 a.m. to a text from Don, who's like, "Hey, just checking. Are you so we've been talking, and is it okay if Charlotte can join the cast full time? Because you know she's a valued member now. She's been here for a long time." And I was like, I still do, yeah." And it seemed like a very abrupt text, and I thought, just checking. You realize
Poor
that
Don.
you texted me before, like last
Poor
night, and Don was like,
Don.
"Oh my god, no, I had no idea that I've already asked you."
No.
I was like, "Yeah, that's fine. It's
Yeah.
Classic.
okay. It's
Oh.
okay."
You know, sometimes Tipsy Tolkien leaks into the Unpredicted after party and text messages are sent and forgotten about at midnight or 1 a.m. and
Yeah.
sent
Mhm.
again.
Yeah.
It was amusing. I like it.
It
Okay.
was fantastic. But Charlotte, you have now given Beery his full wish. Welcome to the party.
Thanks. Okay, let's do some stuff.
Let's do some stuff.
Let's do some things.
We are
Let's
going
go.
to pick this up several rounds into a bubbling hot spring of drawing sticks questions later. Eowyn is not really looking all that great. She imbibed a little bit too much, and she's kind of starting to feel a little bit woozy. And
She's been fending off thousands of spiders for however long.
It tracks. It
Yeah.
tracks.
She hit the sauce a little too hard. And you very calmly watch as Ala, her lieutenant, shield maiden second in command, escorts her out to her sleeping roll for the evening. The 5 of you remain in whatever state of dress or undress in what you now assume to be a small lake that has become a bubbling hot spring because of the heat of the Balrog having been in the glittering caves, having traversed it. We will pick up from there. Carry on.
I'm picturing, here's what makes sense to me. If this was like a modern world thing, and we were all in a hot tub, I'm figuring Tanel and Tariel, cute bikinis. I feel like cute bikinis. Beery, Speedo, and a gold chain.
I love it. Well, if I love this image, but also if we know anything from Rivendell, from the Hobbit movies, how dwarves bathe, stark naked and all together laughing and doing like, doing gymnastics and stuff.
Sure.
But maybe we should cannonball into this whole thing. Just
Oh,
butt
100%.
ass coming in first.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Come running and
Yeah.
full tuck and boom, 100%.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I like the speedo and chain. There is definitely
Yeah,
gold
that
chain.
too. And then I figured Halloweth board shorts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But they're gonna
Not
be
really.
But I
they're
think
gonna-
throwback like 1960s with like the short or 70s, right? I don't know.
he's gonna think he's wild, like just he's completely like really out there in a party kind of mood because he has some embroidering in his board shorts. It's crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. There's like a
Some
nice
monogram.
it's just like a gold, like a little elven rune, and that's fine. And
Okay.
it's stitched in gold. It's very pretty. It's very classy. It's like
It's
something
Okay.
in a-
cute.
in a
Yeah.
nice
I'm not
hotel
saying
kind
that
of
this is
thing.
what we're actually doing, because obviously no bikinis on Middle Earth or whatever, but I feel like Halloweth
Someone's-
is, yeah. The other
someone's
two
already
boys are
draw-
naked.
Yeah. Well,
Halloweth.
Grimbjorn.
Grimbjorn is absolutely
I was about to
naked.
say from Bjorn.
You might say he's bare ass naked.
Oh my
God.
He has
That's
a
my take.
loincloth, improvised loincloth.
Oh,
Improvise
It's there,
that.
but it's not really there.
okay.
He's
So
like
Beery's
that.
the one who's making himself everyone's problem.
He's so
Well-
hairy. Grimbjorn is so hairy that you're not entirely sure if he's wearing clothes.
Like the Grinch. Like the Grinch. This is
The
already
lawyer-
off to a terrible
Hey.
start.
The loincloth is there, but you're not sure if it would make all that much. Anyway, sorry. Someone's already drawing fan art of this. I know. There's hi, Annie.
I'm a wholesome channel.
Yeah. Oh no, listen.
This is a
listen.
very wholesome channel. What are you
Tank.
talking about?
Tank, I'm gonna quote Charlotte here from several weeks ago. As soon as I got her and Chris involved, the show went off the rails, and Charlotte said something that I will never forget. And she said, "You know what happened? You got the queers involved." And I'll never forget that. And it's been
big
true
mistake.
to this.
Classic mistake.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys hear a beeping?
I
Not
did.
at all.
Yes.
Oh,
What is that?
the phone.
It's a spare phone that I think is going off in my room. I'm
Go
gonna need
ahead.
that.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You all suddenly hear a beeping. You find the smartphone.
Oh God.
I've been an idiot and forgot my bloody dice. So I'm just gonna grab
Oh, okay. Everyone,
This is going
look-
great.
Everyone, look at
Guys,
my
this
dog.
is great. Look at
Oh.
A
Annie.
warg. A warg
Annie.
appears.
Oh.
A baby.
Come here.
That's
Come
a
here.
cute.
The best of babies.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
There we go.
Oh.
What are we doing,
guys? What are we doing? Okay, bye. She wants
Hi,
to go
take
for
me outside.
WALK.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
All right. Everybody
Oh.
got their dice.
Yes.
How do I say this without disappointing the entirety of live chat? Let's just say we're several rounds into the questions game already. If anybody would like to reveal anything about themselves that would have been funny in the moment in the game, otherwise,
Not how that works.
we
It's
can
not
have
how
a
it works,
I
man.
know.
Do
They
it
need
that way.
melodrama.
let's meet in the middle, because honestly, we've stalled long enough.
I
This is
will
what
say,
the audience wants.
yes.
Do you deny this to them?
I'm tempted to. No. Live chat would never forgive me.
Mhm.
Tank, here's how it works. We roll a d12. Whoever rolls the highest asks the question. Whoever rolls the lowest drinks and answers the question. Rayval and the group are sitting this one out.
Aw,
Dang it.
That's fair.
Rayball.
Right now,
It's
I
so
imagine
fun.
Barry is doing that thing where you like fill up your lungs, you're laying on your back, and you're kind of paddling around, but he's looking up at that beautiful mithril ceiling.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Mhm.
mhm.
And just like,
Everything's all glittery all around
my God.
us.
do you guys remember in Fern Gully when they're like going through the caves and it's all sparkly and it's like the
Yes.
stars?
Yes. Yes. And this is apropos because the last time I was definitely thinking about Hexus at the very end of Fern Gully when he like they douse him and he's not on fire anymore. He's just a big oil slime monster.
Yeah.
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 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fern Gully's come up a few times in this campaign, actually. Charlotte mentioned it when we were having the funeral scene with the little flowers and
And the
Yeah.
tree. Yeah. Because that's
Yeah.
what they
Mhm.
do.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Who's
All
ready
right.
to play a
Ready?
game?
Roll off, everybody.
All
Yeah.
right.
Oh, no.
Mm.
Halloweth.
Two.
Oh,
Gandalf.
Oh.
Okay.
Ooh.
Tori, Tank.
11.
A 6.
Zach to Charlotte. Halloweth.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ariel.
Ooh.
No, what? No, I got two.
Yeah, you're the lowest.
No, I thought.
One.
Oh, Zach was. Oh, I thought he said he was
Mhm.
Eye of
No,
Sauron. He was
I got
Gandalf.
Gandalf. Yeah.
Uh,
Tariel, when have you been the most afraid?
Ooh. Oh, starting off our newest regular cast member with an absolute dagger of a question.
We've been playing already. This isn't the start. So we've been
Oh,
a few
that's
rounds
true.
in.
That's
So
true. That's
we're going
true.
straight in there this time.
Actually,
Oh,
you know what?
wait.
That's an excellent point. Charlotte, while you think of that, everybody please roll me awareness checks.
Oh, no.
Let's see if how
Do I
wicked
have to roll
everybody-
one too?
Yeah, you can make one as well. Make an
Okay.
awareness check as well. Anybody that fails it will make the rest of their rolls that evening with ill favor,
Sorry, I
as
didn't
they are
actually-
intoxicated.
I've
Yeah,
got
no,
to
I don't-
actually
I don't
open
feel-
my.
All right.
Here we go.
Tanel, you're good.
Mhm.
I got 20.
All right. Halloweth, you're good. Beery, you're good. Tank.
Oh no.
Got 9.
That
I
does
I
not.
can't- I can't
you,
hear.
you
Wait.
can't move the cat. What did you roll?
This is
We
an
got-
eye.
No, hold on. Here we go. Turn it right. Can you see? It's three eyes. It's three eyes.
It's
3,
literally as
1.
bad as it can get.
Oh my. Okay. Okay.
Oh, we're getting all
Hank,
the dirt.
Did
We're getting all
Grimbjorn
the
fail
dirt
too?
on Tariel.
Grimbjorn, you took one sip of this elvish wine thinking, I'm a bear, I can do it. And it hit you hard.
I'm asleep.
We just hear bubbles. Where's
Yeah.
it?
Oh, get him. All right. Tariel, you're
I
drunk.
know what the answer to this question is. I'm just trying to I know it immediately. I just don't know how to frame it. Tariel, he's doing his dance.
I'm having chips and nuts and salsa, so I'm just like,
Oh, that was it.
For those listening on the podcast, Zach does a little swaying dance when he eats, and he just did it a little bit in putting Charlotte through whatever this is.
Tariel breaks eye contact with Halloweth and stares into the water around her, sort of ripples it with her fingers, and says, the most afraid I've ever been is, I think, the moment anybody becomes the most afraid they've ever been, which is the moment I realized that I was in love.
interesting. Yes, I can see how that would affect you thus.
Holy shit.
That's all that she's going to volunteer.
Yeah.
Have another drink.
Yeah.
Drink up.
Okay. Wow. I'm really glad I didn't just forego this and make you all go to
Don, I
Dun
can't
Harrow.
believe you even had the thought.
I apologize for my lack of foresight.
God.
Everybody roll again.
Let's go. Do we need an awareness?
Oh no.
Oh, how the turntables.
I got a
Please.
2.
Please. Oh, please. Is
I
that
have
a Gandalf?
That's
a
Gandalf, bitch.
Well,
Thank you.
3.
3. Oh no.
Hank and
Almost.
I have rolled the same every time so far.
Uh,
Let's keep it up, buddy.
hang on. Tanel.
11. So
Charlotte. Tariel, take it away. Halloweth.
This is the first time Halloweth has answered a question.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is true.
Now remember what we all want to know. I'm not saying this is a fan service moment, Charlotte, but
While we're bearing our souls, Halloweth, I get the distinct impression that when last you were in my kingdom, something happened of which you would rather not speak. What was it?
Well, there were a few things which I suppose, have withheld from the group. But one of those, I suppose, would be how I wanted to kill Gollum in that moment. I wanted to just take out all the anger within me on that wretched creature and just put myself above him. There were other things, of course, but that's what immediately springs to mind. You gotta be more specific.
I'm not letting
I
this
know.
slide.
I know.
Anybody who would like to, as most people who have played drinking games know, sometimes the game devolves into a shouting match. So I would like anybody that wants to make an insight check for me to see
Well,
if they can tell.
Part of it, Tariel sloshed already. So
Yeah, you're making it
her
with ill
ability to
favor.
ask incisive questions and infer answers is not great right now.
If Halloweth looks over at Tanel, she's literally looking at him like this.
For those listening on the podcast, it's exasperated.
Like, come on.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll an insight check anyway, just to see like what kind of intoxication we're dealing. You know how sometimes your drunkenness like
Yeah.
makes you see things.
Yeah.
Oh wait, it's a
All right, well, I rolled an Eye of Sauron.
Oh.
So while Tanel's giving him that look, she goes, really?
I mean, it's true. He did have that genuine feeling. Which he'd rather not talk about. He's not lying.
No, I'm not saying you're lying. I'm just saying that there is maybe more
ways to talk around the truth.
Yeah.
I passed my target number.
Okay.
So drunk as she is, Tariel is sort of in that zone where all like with all of your inhibitions stripped away, you kind of get like hyper focused on your goal. And while Halloweth's face is completely straight, she does see this look that Tanel is giving him. She looks between Tanel and Halloweth, and Tanel and Halloweth. And she drinks. And she
Halloweth.
takes her stick and she drops it into the water
It floats.
and says, for your sake, you should hope I don't pick that up again.
Okay. God, this is just amusing. He knows exactly what they're getting at. There's no way. He's just this is for his own benefit, just to keep people just.
Tell us about the kissing.
The moment as soon as he starts talking about it, people go, "Oh, that's actually really sweet," and then they won't feel that infuriation, that frustration anymore. It's gone. It's dissipated.
The Halloweth experience.
Yeah,
truly.
He is just completely hanging on to the mystery, the unknown, which is just keeping you all on tenterhooks, which is very amusing. So he continues this way.
All right. Draw again.
Damn you, Zach Smith. Roll again, people.
All righty.
We only got a few of these left. Trust me, I'm not.
3 for me.
3
6.
for you. 6. 5 for Tank. 5 for Tori.
10.
Halloweth again with the question.
5. How do we do this? How do we break a tie?
Rollies between Tank and Tori. So roll a d12, both of you, and whoever
boy.
rolls the highest does not have to answer.
7.
2.
Ah.
Halloweth.
Damn it.
Ooh.
Tariel like sort of flicks her little soggy stick over at him.
Amazing.
He kind of picks it up and keeps just twirling it in his fingers now, just kind of like a drumstick. It's just looking at her like, oh to know. Your motivation for the immediate charge and your complete lack of self-preservation. What is it? What is this motivation? What motivates your rage to know?
We've been having a very joyous time so far. Do we really want to sour it with my answer? Because I don't think that...
Yeah, Tariel sort of, she leans back with her drink and goes, boo.
Meanwhile, Beery's in the
Very
mic, kind of
well.
on his back.
No, not a Tanel, not a Tanel. Like
Yeah.
as soon as Halloweth asks, just,
That's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. He goes, very well, but in return, you must finish your drink. Here and now.
Ooh.
The entirety of that elven wine.
She looks at Halloweth and says, in Gondolin, I had a sister, and finishes her drink.
He's not going to pry. That's fair.
Dang.
Hey,
Have I soured the mood?
Good. No, quite the opposite. It feels revolutionary, like a weight has lifted off all of our shoulders. We were just wondering. I was just wondering.
I just
We are-
respected her fierceness in battle.
It's been there a while. You took off that thing's arm. That's incredible.
I did. If I could carry it with me, I would.
I think you should try, at least.
At least take a finger.
It shattered. I tried to pick it up and it broke.
No. Oh, hang on. The crystal part shattered. The arm is still fully intact.
Oh. I thought it turned into crystal and then
Yeah, I did too.
No. The way the crystal works, episode 5 mechanics I haven't broken out since. The blue wizards were encased in a don't break out the nerd glasses on me now, Charlotte. The blue wizards were encased in a crystal that kept them alive but immobile. And in that same way, the arm was encased and still an arm, but immobile. And you cut, because you can't cut the stone with an axe. So what you cut, Tank, was the shoulder piece where it stopped. And the whole arm just fell like 15 feet to the ground. And the crystal shattered because the thing inside is no longer attached. It's a whole in my head.
But there's just a Balrog arm. There's
just a whole Balrog.
There's a whole
there. It's like 100 yards. It's like 100 yards from you. Yeah, it's there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Don, we need to talk about what we can scavenge from this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you absolutely can.
And all my
gonna leap out of the bath and go try and lift it over his head.
Do it.
Yes.
Do it. Like peanut gallery in the hot tub. He's doing like the alligator where it's just his like eyeballs peeking out.
Yep.
Tauriel swirls her wine around and says, "A most impressive feat indeed. In all of my years in the woodland realm, I had never until that moment longed to kiss a bear."
Did you like me picking that up?
If you
I
can.
don't know how much it weighs, but it's dead weight, so it doesn't move very easily.
Do it.
You want to try?
You want to
try?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So you passed your awareness check, so you're not. Or wait, no, did you? You failed. I'm sorry, you failed your athletics check. So this is going to be an ill-favored athletics check.
I beat it by 1.
Ooh.
Grimbjorn,
Describe for us.
please describe for us how you lift this Balrog arm.
How big is it?
You ever seen the Lord of the Rings, the Fellowship of the Ring?
Is it that
It's
big?
that thing's arm.
Okay, so probably with a 13, he's gonna crouch over and like bear hug it and then try and like suplex it up onto his shoulder, but it's struggling immensely, and then lift it and it's on his shoulder. He's like and then falls back with it because it's too heavy.
Oh my god, that's
Nice.
amazing.
That is his mind.
Yes.
Teach me.
And then he kind of crawls back into the pool and rolls in and assumes his position.
Yeah, some of the slime sort of washes off you and starts drifting out into the water.
Okay, we don't need any more of this. We've been covered in enough spider stuff, which we've only just washed off, by the way.
With
Yeah.
more gross ick.
Yeah,
Ew.
This is a
Ew.
nasty pool.
it's not good.
It's not. Oh god. Maybe that's the end then.
You know what? I
Hard to
think
beat
that it is. I will say it is around this time then that anybody that wants to can go ahead and make me an awareness check.
Oh no.
With ill
Gollum,
favor
where's
for Stonehound.
Gollum?
Is
No.
Gollum showing us?
Gollum's fine. Gollum's
Okay, because
taking
my people have got to be on.
Yeah. Rayval took Gollum.
Okay.
He feels personally responsible for messing that part up.
I'd be my
20.
target number by 7.
20, beat it by 7. Charlotte
one.
5.
beat by 1, beat by 5. Max,
Barely
6 for me.
success, but I did roll a 6.
a 6. Oh, okay, excellent. All right. It is around, call it about 5 or 10 minutes after Grimbjorn slinks back into the pool, slime dripping off of him, that you hear a noise, a clatter of rocks from further down into the caves. Now, because Eowyn is not here, and just for the purposes of my own sanity, I'm going to say that her brother and her cousin took her back. So there would be no humans here to explain to you all how far these caves go. You're not quite deep enough. You can still see the entrance, but it's still kind of far back. But you do hear something further down into the caves.
Howard leans forward and just says, "We must be still vigilant. There are older and fouler things than orcs in the deep places of the world."
Right. All right.
You know what? I'm actually going to take 6 HP off. I'm impressed you knew that word.
Oh.
Word for word, bar for bar. Yeah. No, I game recognized game. Respect. Okay, Halloweth, I see you. I see you.
Yeah, Tariel just freezes like a deer.
Is this going to be one of those bloody worms which are rumored to be below Moria?
You just defeated a Balrog. I'm not about to throw. And suddenly,
Okay.
no, I'm kidding.
Well, you
no.
never know. Like, you're going to be like, so fun fact, the Balrog wasn't the worst of it.
No, I'm cruel, but I'm not malicious.
As all of their eyes go into the direction of the rumbling, Beery goes straight up and looking for like if there's more mithril being exposed by like loose rubble and rock coming from the ceiling.
You passed your awareness check, Beery?
Barely.
Yeah, even with barely, I would say no, you don't see any rumblings. It almost sounded as if a couple of rocks had sort of fallen off of wherever they were perched, but it was small.
And we know where Gollum is.
You do know where, yeah, Gollum is with Rayval and under guard with the 8 or so other elves that, yeah.
Beery kind of like swims over to next to Halloweth, kind of like ear to ear a little bit. And
Yeah.
Flavoons.
Well, if they are in the deep caves, they would truly have been evolving. Let's us pray they are not.
They can chew through rock, though.
So I've heard.
I must see this. He jumps out of the pool and starts going towards the sound.
There it is.
Okay. Howard's going to call out, and he's going to pick up his weapons again, draw a bow, and just sort of half draw it.
Okay.
Say, whoever be lurking in the darkness, show yourself.
Halloweth, make a persuasion check. Grimbjorn, make an awareness check.
Am I still in ill favor?
I mean, you failed it, so you're still drunk. Actually, I'll allow you to make a scan or an awareness, whichever one you think would be better.
I beat my target number.
Okay.
I beat mine by 2.
Okay.
With ill favor.
Okay. Even with, okay. Grimbjorn, as you bolt up out of the pool, still dripping wet, hair on every part of your body just sopping, give yourself a little shake, and you start traipsing further down into the cave, 10 feet from the pool, 20, 30, 40. And from behind a rock, you hear a voice. With a successful persuasion check and an awareness check, you would know where the voice is coming from, and you hear in the common tongue, "Do you promise not to shoot?"
Shoot what? I have no weapons on me. I'm just coming to see who you
Not
are.
you.
He looks back. Oh.
That depends who you are and what your purpose is.
Reveal yourself.
Make a
please
persuasion.
welcome to the Zoom chat.
No. No,
Right?
no,
We're on pins and needles here.
no guests.
Make another persuasion check.
No, actually, this is going to be Grimbjorn. Make a persuasion check because he
okay.
said reveal yourself. Well, actually,
Come on,
yeah,
Tank.
I'll allow you to make another persuasion check as well, Halloweth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, goodness.
He's persuasive. He's very persuasive. He beats his target.
That
on the
is a
fly.
Gandalf, and I beat it by 1.
Oh yeah, he's persuasive.
Yes.
Grimbjorn. About 10 feet in front of you, from behind a rock, a small cat jumps up onto the rock.
No.
What in all
Bad
of
kitty.
Middle Earth is that thing?
Bad kitty. No.
You've seen this thing before.
Tariel hasn't, but she's heard tell.
Hey, what are you talking to?
There's a small little cat.
Tariel leaps out of the water as though she's been stabbed on the ass, and immediately starts cursing the cat and cinder in with a little Quenya sprinkled in. Just get
Doing
out of
that,
here.
Grimbjorn's gonna reach down and grab it and lift it up.
Make
this
an athletics check for me, please. This is going to be contested. And you're making it with ill favor because you're drunk.
Oh, my dice. I got 12.
I rolled an eye of Sauron again.
Excellent. Excellent.
Appropriate.
Excellent.
Appropriate. Hmm.
Even though thematically this makes no sense, Grimbjorn, faster than you have ever seen him move, this bear man grabs this cat, and you hear the cat go, mercy.
That's better. And he's gonna carry this wretched little thing over to the group.
He kind of gives a twist and turn all about, and you all see a small brown and black striped cat, very distinct snout with some whites around the eyes.
Ah, well, if it isn't the mighty Overlord himself.
Overlord.
Halloweth.
What are you doing lurking in the shadows of Helm's Deep?
Tracking a Balrog, though it seems you've taken care of it already.
Indeed.
You didn't send it.
Goodness, no.
Ah. Well, you would have done had you had your full might. So have you had a falling out of some sort?
You watch the cat glance down at its own body.
Ah, yeah.
You could say that. Yes.
Yeah.
You've
been
made
quite-
friends, I see.
Indeed. Man, that would have been quite the death match between you and the Balrog.
I wasn't
Well-
trying to kill it.
No, I know, but I would have liked to see you try. So, what brings you south?
As I said, tracking a Balrog.
But to what end, Sauron?
Grimbjorn, this is the first time you have heard Halloweth or anybody refer to the cat as Sauron. You have a moment if you would like.
Does he know who Sauron is?
You would.
Because of the battle of the 5 armies my father fought in.
Grandfather.
Grandfather.
Yes. Or wait, hang on. I need to make sure. I'm pretty sure. Hang on. Oh God. I'm sorry. Yes, your dad.
Master's
Your
checking
dad.
his law.
Yeah, I got to check my lord once in a while. Yes, this is your father. Yes.
This is Sauron.
Meow.
His
The mighty
form.
Sauron is a feline, wretched little thing.
It's a long story.
He's always been wretched.
His form changed once Gwaihir took his place.
Why do we bandy words with this servile worm?
He
Let me
cannot.
cut his throat.
He cannot
could
do
just-
anything.
Crush his head right now
It's
for
because
what
of his-
he's done.
Yes,
I can
but
help
look at-
you.
Look at his cute little whiskers. Like,
Yes, look at me. And I can help you.
I don't care about your form. I care that you are no longer here.
If you kill me in this form, I will only go to another. They can explain.
Yeah, we don't.
And
want
glances
him
at the
to-
three of you.
We don't want him to become something more harmful. He is stuck in whatever form he is in, but if he dies, that changes. He comes back as something potentially worse. Wouldn't be good. So we keep him as this little pussy cat.
That
Little,
is acceptable.
little sweet little Sauron. Okay,
You
how can
know-
you help us?
One thing I heard that cats truly despise is water.
Oh, you're right. That would be funny. But first, he may not help us, so we could potentially use his help. We'll see. If it's
He's
not
gonna
useful-
Grimbjorn's gonna hold him over the slimy water. So if you tell us something we do not like, you're gonna take a dunk. So tell us what we need to know, or I'm going to swirl you in this slime Balrog essence. And you can smell it. I know you have feline sense, so you know what that smells like.
That is in character.
Grimbjorn, Meowron is gonna take one look at you and
I forgot about Meowron.
The worst Pokemon.
Where did Meowron come from? Who came up with that?
Was that live chat or was that
I-
Live
I
chat.
have-
I think it was live
so.
chat.
Was it
All
live
right.
chat? I thought it was one of us.
it might have
Maybe
been
not.
honestly.
I may be doing a disservice to live chat. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I can just cut this. It was Tevildo, and he's for all you know that he is still going by Tevildo, but it it doesn't necessarily even matter anymore. Grimbjorn, this cat looks at you inquisitively amidst all the threats and the fear that you sense in his eyes. He's almost curious about you and goes, "What are you?"
Careful, I hear that's bad for cats.
Oh,
You are not asking the questions. You have no leverage here.
a question for a
answer.
question, then? All's fair, and
Question or a dunking.
you can't kill me. We might as well be.
You won't die. You're gonna be very uncomfortable as I'm doing this.
Yes, and
You will be covered in slime.
I would prefer to be more comfortable as I attempt recompense for my actions.
Recompense. How
Yes.
long have you been on this earth, and how long have you been stuck in this cat for? How many bad deeds have you done, and do you even think you can begin to atone for the actions and the harm that you've caused?
It is true. One good deed does not erase the ills I have done, and yet perhaps we are stronger together.
Dunk him.
He's gonna
No,
look.
okay, look, let's
You dunking him?
Not yet. That was a kind of like a
Yeah,
Fake?
like a
Okay.
feint, like a
Oh, okay.
you're testing your bounds.
At least let's hear what he has to say, and then we can decide. Okay. Let's hear him out. Let's see what happens here.
Speak.
Quickly, Meowron, quickly.
Your friends, the wizards, they've been captured.
Again for
Thought they were gonna be. They're supposed to be like powerful or something.
yeah, they were in Isengard, weren't they? They got captured in Isengard, I
Yes.
assume. Okay,
Yes.
by whom?
You know who lives in Isengard, Hallowith.
by
You're very
Saruman?
smart.
There's two of.
There's three of them.
One. Oh, boy. Okay.
Radagast.
Radagast. Yeah, I assume Radagast went with them. Excellent. Good. They've all been.
By Saruman himself. Or were there others?
That I cannot say.
Cannot or
Is he
will
telling
not.
is he telling the truth?
You can make an insight check. You can dunk
May
him.
I?
You can do whatever you want in this.
I would like to make an insight check.
Go ahead.
Depending on what he answers will depend on the dunker.
Beat my target number by 1.
As far as you can tell, Tanel, he doesn't seem to be lying.
Also, it's hard to tell if a cat is lying.
Very true.
Mm.
Yeah, like how many lies have your own cats told you?
Many.
They have 9 lies.
Nah.
Ugh.
Sorry, that hurt me to the bones. I apologize, everybody.
Listen, ever since Tank got here, it's just been bear pun after bear pun. I'm rolling with the punches here.
Okay.
Okay. Right. They've been captured. Good. Excellent. Phenomenal. It's just what we want. What now? What are you proposing something? Are you just passing on this information out of this sense of goodwill? What's your aim here?
Think of it as a gesture of good faith.
Oh,
Much as
that's-
it pains me,
Yeah, I can tell. Jesus.
I want Gwai here to lose more than I want you all to win.
I don't care what you would want, but still, okay. Good. Isengard. Fabulous. Is that on the way to Dunharrow? It isn't. That's further south. Oh, bollocks. Okay.
You are but a day's ride, and you have many horses.
We do. Good. Okay.
Rescue wizards. Again.
Yes, again. Fabulous. Well, that does seem to be a more pressing matter, I suppose.
We could always ask Halbered to help us again.
He's just as likely to kill them.
I'm sure they'd love that, yeah.
It's very true.
Oh boy. Okay. I guess we go to Isengard since they are in dire need again. Have they been
What-
useful yet? I'm yet to. Are they worth saving?
Of course they are.
Oh, yes,
Well,
yes,
but
you're
I have a
right. No,
question.
absolutely.
Radagast and both of them know a bit too much about us to fall into the enemy's hands as they have.
And what makes you so special, Elf? Tinel, was it?
And a dunk.
Ah. Okay. Hang on.
Thank you.
He comes
Thank
up. Yeah, I deserved that.
Mhm.
Did.
What awaits us at Isengard?
Spiders. Saruman. And any number of untold contraptions and magics. Some even I do not know. Orthanc holds many secrets, as you know.
Oh, you had me at contraptions. Sounds great. Who's Isengard?
Are you so easily swayed, Barry?
I'm just saying. I mean, there's always a good side to everything.
Not him.
I like your
I'm just
dwarf friend.
kidding.
Oh, you like it?
Dunk him.
Grimbjorn?
He's gonna fake the dunk. You will tell us what we need to know.
Very well. But consider this my last moment of good faith. And then I have something to ask all of you, if you don't mind.
No, whatever
I
it is.
thought this was recompense. It can't be recompense if you ask for something in return.
I am about to reveal most of what I know. After I have lost all leverage,
Yeah,
Very well.
We're done with it. Okay, fine.
in front of Isengard are the spiders of Mirkwood. I can only assume Saruman has sided with Gwaihir.
Mhm.
If you manage to get Saruman to come out, you must beware his tongue. Anything he says, assume it is a lie. Anything he does, assume there is ulterior motive.
Well,
When
we'll
you-
have good practice between here and there, won't we?
Fight all your misgivings, however rightfully earned. I know when I've lost.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you for the info. Don't listen to Saruman. Helpful. Guess we'll be off then.
You had
Just-
questions. I'm curious. Ask away, little rat.
This dripping, sopping wet cat, as disgruntled as you have ever seen an angry cat before, stands being held by the scruff by this enormous man, says, destroy the ring for me. Like I said, I know when I've lost, but my essence, my power, it's tied to the ring. And I want nothing more than to rest, though it be in the void. Release me. That is, if you all manage to survive, kill Gwaihir, and destroy the ring.
And how would we go about doing that? If you want to be relieved of your duties so badly.
Make a persuasion check for me, Tanel.
Where is my persuasion? Can I use a hope point?
You certainly
Just
can.
to double make sure.
Yeah, yeah. If anyone wants to, you can also use a fellowship. Those also.
We're good.
Maybe not. Oh,
Two.
okay.
27. And there are 2 6s in that roll.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. Okay. With 2 6s. With 2 6s, you watch the cat's face, wet and angry as it is, get even more serious. You can't destroy it. Not willingly. Isildur tried. He was in the mountain. He failed. Though you may hold the one ring in your hand, you will never be able to drop it in. There is no destroying it. But you may be able to replace Gwaihir with someone who would use the ring's power for good.
I would like to roll an insight check.
You may. You may.
Not Dario's strongest ability here.
You're built
Oh,
more for
she
war.
perceives nothing. That's what I would say. Oh, could I also do a lore check? Like I would like to, how so
Yeah, what's your ask?
as your TikTok covered, Thranduil is not new to like his father's gone up against, or his grandfather's gone up against Sauron before.
His father Orifer, yeah.
Orifer
father
right.
Orifer,
Orifer has gone up against this before, and he made an active decision to bravely run away.
You would know. Thranduil, I will say Thranduil didn't run away, but made a tactical retreat in that
Sure.
Orifer charged in. 2/3
Got
of his
killed
army
real good.
slaughtered. Him
Right.
and a lot of his army is slaughtered.
Yes.
And Thranduil knew that it was pretty much hopeless and
Right.
retreated.
So by virtue of having been by Thranduil's side for all this time, I would just like to know how much Tauriel might have been told or know about the history of that war and what she's kind of up against here.
Yeah, I'll say make a lore check with favor.
Okay.
Aloeth also rolled insight for that.
Oh yeah, what did you get in an insight check?
25.
25. Okay.
Okay.
We'll get to Charlotte's first, Zach,
yeah.
before
Yeah,
we,
that's
because it'll.
Yeah.
Okay. So the lowest was an 11, and the highest passes.
Okay. We'll do it in this order because, Zach, it may affect how you want to play things. Tauriel, you would understand that the destruction of the ring is a thing of legend and old, and the stories that you heard, you're well versed in the lore, even though you weren't there at the battle of the last alliance of elves and men. And some dwarves were there too. I don't know if that's ever like mentioned in any of the books proper, but like Tolkien's notes suggest that they were also there, I think. Halloweth, you using all of your knowledge about the elven rings of power and the control and power you felt from having all three on at once in that moment, you would get a pretty good understanding that Sauron is not lying, that the destruction of this ring is pretty much impossible for a single person to do by themselves standing in the mountain. Because the temptation of such power in such a place of power would corrupt them almost immediately. Think of it like Gollum, but on steroids.
Good.
But I guess what I'm wondering is how much would Tauriel or any of the people in this party, the elves especially, and the Gondolindrim in particular, having been around for so long, for Sauron to see, I feel like Sauron has overplayed his hand a little bit here in saying, "Oh, all you got to do is give it to the right person."
So,
Like,
so
would
sorry,
anybody?
what's your ask?
I'm asking to how would we know that that's a bullshit thing to say, that there is no right person? Would anybody bristle at that? Would anybody go, "Oh, I see what you're getting at. You want the ring. You want it." Somebody, you think, or does Sauron even know that he's lying?
He just
I don't know.
said he wanted it destroyed, and then he just said we cannot destroy it.
Yeah.
Willingly.
Willingly, yeah.
Yes. So I think from what, based on the, I'll run.
You
run it
can
back
cut
a
all
little.
of this out.
Yeah,
but
I might just from a lore perspective. I think you would all understand that Sauron told you he wanted the ring destroyed, but also told you that destroying the ring is basically impossible to do on your own. There would need to be some sort of divine intervention, some act of luck, something in the way that Gollum and Frodo fought, and a successful athletics check, a disadvantaged luck check in D&D terms. That's kind of what happened, right? It wasn't any force of will, any power, or any strength of will. It was just circumstance. I think you on that insight check would assume that Sauron is kind of hinting that you could give the ring to someone else, but you would also probably understand, given the lore that Thranduil told you about everything, that even if someone were to get the One Ring, they would inevitably fall to corruption. And I think the three of you, the main party members, Zach, Tori, Max, you would know that at this point. And Halloweth, you most of all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
through seeing how Halloweth
Yeah.
reacted while
And honestly, Beery, you as well, having worn the ring, even for that split second, you would understand how intoxicating it is to have that kind of control.
Yeah. So, okay. So I think, can you cue us again? Prompt us again.
Sorry, but Grimbjorn, go ahead before.
Would the captured wizards know what to do or have the power to help us destroy this ring?
One of the wizards helped before. That's not a bad idea.
Multiply
I would
by
not-
that 3 and maybe we've got a shot.
But I would not entrust any of them with it.
They get captured too easily.
That and the Guy here was not a tyrant, as we knew him prior. I don't think handing it off to someone else that we would hope would do good with it would pan out in the end. I think we would.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes. So we have to find a way to break it. We've broken rings before.
Oh, you naive child.
Little splash. Hey, quit that.
Yeah.
I assumed that was out of character. I thought that was
Yeah, Tanel looked at-
Sorry.
Tariel's still pretty sloshed, but sobering up quickly.
Yeah.
Sort of slowly slinks over to Sauron and leans in and gets in his face and says, "And you, strongest of the Maiar, would you destroy it? Could you?"
Could I? Of course. I made it. Would I? Of course not. It is me. But, as you will very well notice, I am no longer in a position to act as I once have. Look at me. And the paws kind of go out almost as if he is gesturing to look at the current state he's in. Your friend snatched me out of the air like it was nothing. Your elf friend over there, gesturing to Halloweth, held a dagger to my neck not but a few weeks ago.
Sure, I did do that.
I searched Moria looking for allies. I traveled the caves of the nameless things that burrow deep in the ground, just to find that it was all for naught because of you.
Grimbjorn's gonna stop it.
Oh,
It's
little
full enough.
beast.
Quit sniveling around.
Oh, go easy on him, Grimbjorn. He's finally wearing his soul as it truly is.
Grimbjorn puts his arm
Small,
around Tariel. Look at him.
sad.
Yes.
It's always been sad. Perhaps it is a kindness for us to unmake this thing.
You watch the cat's eyes dart to Halloweth, and then to Nell, and then Beery. Are we really going to do this again?
As much as I would like to. I think there are bigger consequences if we remove this form and let him find another.
I simply mean that if he wishes to destroy the ring and
Oh,
cast him into the void.
We are absolutely doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Good
can
luck.
make
Give him the
this
ring and then-
form uncomfortable.
Just give him the ring as a little feel. Put on a little bell and then chuck Sauron as the
Oh,
cat into Mount Doom. To see
cute.
You mean a forge a bell? You can make it real quick.
Actually, you know what?
You need your
That
bell.
would
Yes.
inform us that he's coming next time.
Put a
instead of
bell on
sleeping
him
in the shadows.
and
Give
make
him a
it-
bell.
That's
Stands
what,
up.
That's what
stark naked.
Mjauron needs. That's what Mjauron needs. is
You
a little
can't be
bell.
serious. You
I
can't.
need
be-
silver. And he
This-
marches his bare ass out of the hot spring and goes straight for some horse tack, some halters. He's getting silver.
Tariel,
Not easy to come off.
Tariel, boops the
Okay.
kitty.
Aw.
All right, Beery. How long do I have to hold him for?
Let's find out. Well, do I find any silver from the tack?
We could make him a little leash in the meantime.
I might just
we can
play with
tie
it.
it
Like,
to the
hang on,
Let's
I'm
just
gonna-
tie him up to something.
I'm just gonna like play, like get my bowstring and just like trail it along the ground in front of him and just see what happens.
Okay, we're gonna make a series of rolls. Max, do you need silver to make a bell, or can it be any metal?
Preferably silver.
Don't we still have that tin though?
We have a
Do we
little
have any
bit,
tin?
but it's a
It
dull.
doesn't-
It's
No,
not
yeah, it
good
would make that
ring-
nice
it's not a
little
good ringy sound.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Go ahead and make me.
Oh, and he's doing this as secretly as possible, away from the shield maidens.
Oh yeah, the shield maidens are all off on the inside, on the outside of the cave. You're still inside having a grand old time.
Okay. There's no horses around with silver tack.
You could go out and find one.
Sure, one of the fancy Rohan horses has some silver tack.
He needs silver.
Go ahead and
Mhm.
make me a scan check with ill favor. While you do that, I will ask: is anyone doing anything else in this time? Any questions to ask Sauron, Mjauron, whatever? they are?
Mjauron?
Mjauron.
No, just that we're going to go and fight. We got go fight the spiders, save the blue wizards again, kill the spiders. Don't let Sauron talk. Sorry, Saruman talk.
Mhm.
Get the wizards out because they're bloody useless, and then go to Dunharrow. Remember, we were going to do that, but
Beery with a success. I assume you gave a thumbs up. I assume it's a successful.
Yeah.
Beery
He's
is
going
spent-
to like kind of,
Well-
he's not going to go put his armor on because that's less stealthy, but he's going to
Right.
be barefoot. Still,
Well, hang on. You spent about
Okay.
5 minutes outside, and there are some gasps from the shield maidens. Oh, it's the dwarf. You do find a
with no
horse
clothes.
relatively nearby that has some silver tack on it. And the shield maiden comes up to you as you are investigating this horse and says, Master Dwarf,
hey,
you're naked.
oh, yeah. We were having a great time in there. So, this
Oh boy.
This is a matter of saving the very Middle Earth under your feet. It's of the greatest, utmost importance. I need your bridle.
What? You need why?
Like while he's trying to take it off, I
But,
need your
why,
bridle.
no, why are you taking my horse's bridle?
Hey, there's no time. This is
Why?
very important.
Should we get the Lady Eowyn, Lord Eomer? Should we?
No. She's had a lot of elven wine. You should not disturb her right now. I've been there. It's terrible, but I really do need it. Trust me.
Can you
Make a-
really say no to a naked dwarf prying silver off of a horse's bridle?
Make a persuasion check. Let's find out.
Here we go.
Such a specific situation.
Oh. 2 6s.
Oh, Jesus.
$30. This is
What?
extremely important.
Just once, I want this to be difficult for you. Okay. Completely bewildered, shocked to no end. The shield maiden nods and says, "Very well. Will you at least tell me what it's for?"
After he's got the bridle, a bell, and he's just going to like skiddy off, little bare ass disappearing into the darkness.
Strangest creature I have ever set eyes on.
And he's getting to work. He's drawing up that silver, processing it. Actually, he's going to save the leather. That was a part of it. But yeah, he's going to flatten out a nice little disc of silver with a nice little slot and now a little hook. Get the little pendulum in the center of it, and then cut it into 3 kind of like almost like a
Leaves.
triangle. And then they curl around, and then and like
How long would this take?
in Barry's hands.
How long would it take you?
How long?
And then we'll have that time.
Yeah, it would take me, depending on the state of the silver that was in. If I had like everything ready to go, yeah, like 15 minutes.
What?
Oh yeah.
I just want to be clear. This is Max answering that question.
Yeah.
Bells
we
are
have
very
that.
simple. It's flat. You have like a little loop, and then you hook something inside it, and then you wrap the bell
Yeah, but
around.
you gotta make it a little. You gotta do all
Mhm.
that. It's
Trained
Abs-
blacksmiths. They know what's up.
Okay, half an hour. So it'll take him 15 minutes.
Make me a craft check, please. Oh
I
my
like
Most
God.
important roll we've
I
ever
love
done.
this.
You
It'd
guys.
be like 45 is what he's
No,
gonna
it
roll.
won't.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
that
it will.
I can just say something on a whim, and Barry will make it and make it
Yeah.
a thing. This is great.
it so.
I never expected to actually have a bell.
2 6s yet again, but I rolled like ass the rest of it.
2 6s though.
he's got that elvish wine rattling around in there.
That's true.
23.
Oh, the 23. It takes you about 20 to 25 minutes. At which point you bring over a little bell.
Oh, with the leather from the tack. Oh, because then it would have like a little
Cute.
buckle. It
With
would
the
have a
leather
little
from-
buckle.
Yeah.
Could you
Yeah.
stamp
Perfect.
a little Eye of Sauron into it or something? Just a little.
Oh, how cute.
That's what
Ooh.
took all of like the little
The
chime,
little-
the
Because you don't
little
have the
leaf.
stamp, you just gotta like etch it in there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Here you are. Now we'll know anytime you're nearby. We appreciate the help.
Oh, this is great. Roll a perception. If you roll an awareness check, you hear the tinkling of a
There-
bell. We'll
yeah.
know exactly what it is.
And he would need to fasten it with a dwarvish lock of some kind, so Sauron can't just paw it off, you know?
Well, it's a if you're using the horse's bridle
That's
thing, are
Pretty
you
thick
Yeah.
leather.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like little itty bitty buckles on them too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
Jordan
totally
knows
works.
exactly how cute
Yeah,
this
it actually totally works.
Them beans are not getting that off.
Nope.
All right, now you wet thing, hold still.
what you no.
Yeah, hold still. Wait, hold them still, damn it. He's Riley.
have helped you. Stop it. Stop it.
We're
He is
helping
not
you.
moving.
Oh, I rue the day I ever decided to help you all. Unhand me.
I feel like we need a little bit more like
Okay, that's
Your
fine.
hero's
Try-
gonna give him a little jingle.
Ah.
Ding 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 ding. Yes, that'll do.
Good luck catching those Tilstel bronzes now.
He's gonna let him go.
You gonna let him go?
Yeah,
He's got a bell
done.
on him.
He's got a bell. We know where he is.
Okay. The cat lands on its feet, and there is a jingle from the bell.
So
The-
cute.
And in this cave, it is reverberating
Oh.
everywhere, bouncing off of every rock. You're gonna hear this guy coming from a mile away, probably 5 in those caves.
I'm thinking about like a nice like C sharp.
Mm.
Okay,
Sounds
Charlie
lovely.
Booth.
And the great thing is everything else in the wilderness will hear him as well.
Mhm.
And there, that the sound. There goes Sauron, and you'll know. Everyone in From Mirkwood to the Grey Havens will know that there goes Sauron, the tinkling of a bell.
So this is how you repay my kindness.
We're letting you go. That's enough.
Humiliation,
This is
putting
how
my
we
life
pay
in danger.
your
Very
life of just treachery. So you get to sound a little more pleasant.
You watch as this sopping wet cat says, "You are just going to let me go? I have so much more I could tell you in exchange for removing this."
We'll be listening for you.
You're always welcome at our campsites.
If you truly wish to turn over a new leaf, you'll just share your information out of the kindness of your changed heart. Unless, of course, you don't truly wish to atone. I think you've sung that song before, haven't you?
The cat gives a small and starts walking foot after sopping wet foot back down into the caves of the deep. We're going to go ahead and take our we're going to go ahead and take our 5-minute break from there.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
So good.
Excellent.
So good. I need somebody. Maybe it'll be me later. I don't know. Somebody needs
Oh,
to
God.
draw Kitty Cat Sauron with his
Oh my
little
God.
bell.
And welcome back. When we last left off, a too drunken Eowyn had excused herself from a hot tub scene. The party had asked each other some very interesting questions, some of whom were answered. I used whom wrong there, but it doesn't matter. Some of the questions were answered not at all to the lore master's liking, but I digress. And then a cat showed up, but the cat was Sauron. And so Tariel, having heard the stories, and Grimbjorn, having been informed, understood that this cat was this new form of Sauron, and in maybe the most humiliating thing I have ever seen, the party attached a small bell to a collar on this cat. And I'm going to try my hardest to get that thing off in a number of athletics checks. None of you are going to see, but I don't think it's going to work. We pick things up about 10, 15 minutes after the cat has left. You all are free to do what you will, make the plans that you will, and carry on.
I suppose the first port of call is to go rescue these idiotic wizards.
I'm gonna need some gear.
Yes.
I've got this loincloth. My bare hands.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine.
we need to work on that. How many
How much, like, on of our journeying so far, how much would you all have shared about your wizardly encounters with Tauriel?
I think it was made clear, and correct me if I'm metagaming too much. You all explained your full story to Tariel when you first met.
Yes.
Yeah.
They have definitely
But
been
I don't know if Charlotte herself
N-
knows the specifics. I don't want to metagame too much. But
I do know the highlights, but I also know that that first sort of info dump around sort of the fire when they first showed up that night. I mean, without having gone through all the exposition, I don't know if they've been like, oh, and then we met the Blue Wizards, and there was an encounter, and I don't know, but I guess
yeah,
you
no,
know.
the
we
Blue
would've-
Wizards would probably be more of you'd probably know of them, but they'd be more legend in that they disappeared very early on. It's not like Gandalf where he's just constantly around all the time, or Saruman in his tower. They're more legend, and I think the fact that these three know them came as a shock initially,
Yeah.
but you're aware of them.
Okay.
Unless we just
And-
want to have a forging session right now. I mean, you need to make Grimbjorn some
No, I
armor.
think-
And
Yeah.
also, what would Tariel know about Radagast? I mean, he's a wood guy. How much
Yeah,
time would he have
he's-
spent in Mirkwood, you know?
He's within
Mhm.
Mirkwood proper, but I'd say he keeps to himself for the most part. You're aware of his presence within the forest. You're aware of his, shall we say, antics. And the fact that he is captured is probably a concern to you, knowing that, the wizards are good forces for good,
Yeah.
with the exception of Saruman, given everything the party has said to you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well, in terms of preparing Grimbjorn, let's take a look at this here Balrog and see what we can salvage from it. Because I reckon that might be a little bit more your size and speed.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I suppose this will be led by Master Berry.
Oh, but
Yeah.
the help is welcome as long as there's one involved.
There already has been, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay, good.
Beery, I'm going to take a step back, and I'm going to let you, Max / you, Beery, take a little bit of control here. There is a corpse of a Balrog. The arm is off and one horn is missing.
Mhm. Okay, so is this corpse a is it solid, like is it solid stone kind of right now, or was it it's kind of carapace, was it like kind of hollow with the furnace within?
when you, I'll say you approach the Balrog's corpse and recognize that there was clearly an element of magic you don't understand within it. The fire emanated from its body in a way that doesn't make any sense to you logically, because when you touch the skin, it's almost like a rhino skin or an elephant skin. It's tough. It's hard.
There's actually a hide.
There is a hide. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
There are also claws and teeth and a horn and a number of other things.
Man, we
Okay,
need a
in a
bag of
matter of
holding so bad.
Oh, in a matter of scale, just so I can, because I don't know if Peter Jackson kind of made some, like had a whole lot of like, let the reins go on it. How large is this Balrog in lieu of our massive friend here? Is it like a 2-to-1 sort of a scale?
So in the films, the size of the Balrog is roughly, and I'm guesstimating here based on the scale, the height of Ian McKellen, probably about 18-ish feet tall.
Big.
There are wings. They are vestigial. They are skeletons. They don't seem to be able to fly, because if a Balrog were able to fly, wouldn't it just flap its wings when Gandalf cast it down?
Focused on.
Sorry. All of this is to say, you've got about 18 feet tall's worth of Balrog to work with.
Oh my God. Okay. I need to draw this. If we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this.
And you get Balrog armor. And you get Balrog armor.
Beery's going to look up at Halloweth. Like, how much time do I have?
We need to wait for Eowyn to recover. Make sure she's all right. The shield maid is to gather up, prepare armor for Grimbeorn. Day's ride until Isengard. I would say we have a day.
A day. I can count on your help.
Yes, I am ready to go. My hands, and I'm sure Tanel's and Tariel's, we are at your disposal. And Greenbeard.
Skilled with skinning beasts.
Yeah.
And all of the shield maidens.
That's true. You do have about... You've got about 6,000 people outside.
Tomorrow we're gonna make magic with that. And he points down the Balrog. He looks up to the ceiling. And that.
Nice.
Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be so dope.
We are going to smash cut to the next morning. You've all successfully recovered from your hangovers. Beery, you have taken stock of what you want to do, things you want to create. The Balrog's carcass still laying there. It does start to smell a little bit, but it's mostly a burning smell. And in the early morning, you see Theodred approach you in your tent. He looks at you and he says, Master Dwarf, Beery, was it?
Yeah. Yes, my name.
I hear you have plans for our glittering caves.
Yes, my friend over there needs clothing. I'm sure you're, but judging by the blush on your cheeks, yeah, you would agree.
I would.
Yes, we must build and prepare for the next leg of our journey.
And what leg of the journey would that be? Are we not going to Dunharrow?
Whoa, I am certainly the wrong person to be talking to. I don't like to lead this troop, but apparently we're meeting someone called Isengard.
Excuse me?
Yeah. I guess he stole the blue wizards or something. I was half paying attention. I was thinking about bells. Actually, if you talk to him over there, and he points to Halloweth's tent.
Oh, this would be great.
Okay. Theodred nods and says, "Thank you. Let me know how I may be of service." Goes up to
Oh, I
your
will.
tent. Goes up to your tent, Halloweth, and says, "Apologies for the disturbance, Master Halloweth, so early in the morning, but the dwarf tells me you are off to Isengard."
From the inside of his, clearly Halloweth has this has woken Halloweth up, and you just hear, "No, thank you. We don't want any more visitors or well wishers or distant places."
No.
What are you doing?
No, that's an extra 6
Zach, I
HP
love
to the
it.
final boss.
No.
An extra 6 HP. Oh, all right. You've evened out, Zach. 6 HP off, 6 HP on.
That's fair. Worth it.
The equation must be balanced.
Exactly. Okay, so he crawls outside and says, yes, we are headed to Isengard. There has been some disturbing news regarding certain powerful beings within Middle-earth that need seeing to first. It is only a day's ride. Hopefully it won't take us longer than that to extract said powerful beings. Then we are off to Dunharrow. Does that satisfy you?
You mean to go to Isengard?
Yes.
Be warned, Halloweth. There's an old man, they say. He walks here and there,
And that's
hooded and cloaked. And everywhere his spies slip past our nets.
That's yes. Okay, good.
Yes.
Well, that's balancing out. Okay, now it's 6 HP off the final boss again. So we're just
I couldn't
cool.
resist, you see.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you want to ask me this question just to make that quote?
No, but it appeared and I couldn't resist.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. Yes, well, we have heard of the man. We heard of his barbed tongue, but a bit more potent this time than a said silver tongue. So we'll be wary. We've also heard of certain arachnids that like to inhabit the area right now. Maybe we'll call upon, well, we have to go through Fangorn, don't we, to get to Isengard?
I'm gonna metagame for a second. You don't actually.
Oh, we don't?
So
Okay. I thought it was
at the end of the two towers, they travel through the forest, but the forest is only there because the Huorns from Fangorn moved to Helm's Deep,
okay.
and they had to travel through the Huorns of Fangorn from Helm's Deep to Isengard. But from here, with
Isengard,
no
no.
Huorns in sight, you have a
Okay.
straight shot. And honestly, you could probably make it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I probably said this incorrectly, but whatever. You could probably make it today if you needed to leave.
Okay.
If you were traveling at full gallop.
Okay.
Fanghorn did a Burnham Wood on us.
Yeah. To great Dunsinane.
Yes.
Don't you know?
Hi Dunsinane, whatever. But yeah, okay, we're going to go to Isengard. It shouldn't take long. We'll be wary. We're always careful. And if you hear the tinkling of a bell, stay clear.
I beg your pardon?
Never, just heed those words. Will you be coming with us to Dunharrow or Isengard for that matter?
We have nearly 6,000 under our. We cannot bring such a force to Isengard.
I mean, it'd be fun. I'm just saying it would be quite cool to turn up to Isengard with 6,000 strong.
Do you know
the
what
White
evil
Wizard will be.
Do you know what evil forces? Look there. We cannot risk. We are weak enough as it is. We've
Okay.
lost many of
the
Balrog.
Yes. I am. Okay.
Have you discussed this with Eowyn? With anybody?
With somebody, yes, we've discussed it with Tanel and with Biri and with Tariel. And with
So you are
Leon.
leaving us?
I feel like the only thing that would have been, sorry, I got to step out for a minute. I feel like the only thing that would have been agreed on in that discussion is that this group of people was going to Isengard.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we assumed potentially that you would come with us if you don't want to risk your people, which I completely understand. That's no bother. But we have to head to Isengard. It will not take long. You can hanker down here for another day. It won't hurt. You could rest up if you're so injured. It'll help to have another day's rest to gather your strength.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Beery's getting back to work when he was being disturbed.
Yeah.
You hear the ding, 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 ding on his
Yeah.
animal.
I do pass my target number.
Theodred nods and says, allow me to speak with my cousins. They will, let us say Eowyn has more of a sway than I do, despite my rank.
He nearly says, of course she bloody does, but Whitmart holds his tongue.
Excellent. All right. Theodred marches off. Before we get to Beery, Grimbjorn, Tanel, Tariel, anything you would like to do this morning before we get to this?
At a certain point, Tanel does want to sort of like bring this group together just to talk game plan 2 going to Isengard.
Okay.
I think Tariel would support that.
Okay. Grimbjorn,
Right.
anything specific?
I think Grimbjorn would probably be helping Beery any way he can.
Cool.
With dismantling the corpse and removing horns and claws and all of that.
Cool. We will pick this up in the cave, dismantling the Balrog corpse as you all discuss plans. Then carry on.
Tanel pulls everybody together as they're all working, and she says, I think dealing with the issue in Isengard will help at least stabilize this area of Rohan so that massive group of people has at least some safe place to stay. I don't think we necessarily need to bring an entire force of Rohan shield maidens with us, because a portion of the army from Mirkwood went to Fangorn to aid the elves of Lorien. If we really desperately need the help, we could call on them.
We also do not yet know whether Saruman has brought the other wizards under his sway by now. We have to operate under the assumption that now a great evil multiplied dwells there. And if Saruman has the power to persuade, would we rather risk our own skins alone or that of all of our people?
That is true. Radagast is fearful of Gwaihir. If that fear still remains, I believe he may have been more easily swayed. I could be wrong, but he did not want to help us when we first arrived.
Well, for the nonce, I am a general without an army. Where you lead, I will follow.
Good. But yes,
I'll say it's around this time, Tariel. Rayval comes up to you.
Oh, Rayval.
Here we go.
I've composed a sonnet.
Not quite. He says to you, Tariel, my lady, if we have need of reinforcements, you need only ask us. You seem to have grown, glances at the party, quite attached to these three.
I have, despite myself. Rayval, you've been loyal and true. I think I have a more important errand for you. I think we must consider commending our ward back into the hands of the king.
Gollum.
Unless you have a better idea.
Rayval glances at Grimbjorn I have seen.
Tariel. Oh, go ahead.
I have seen but one creature strike fear, true fear, into that wretch's heart. And it was him.
What do you propose?
If the shapeshifter will have him, give him away. I do not think he has more to offer you, and he knows much about us that could put all of our lives in danger. Yet it may be the fear that keeps him from talking.
That seems a great responsibility to ask of our new friend.
Indeed, which is why I tell you first.
Keep watch over the creature golem in my absence, and when I return, we will discuss it further. And
Yeah.
Raval,
Hmm.
watch him.
Like an eagle, my lady.
Mm.
And he walks away. Fury, I'm going to come to you now. If you would like more time, Max, I am more than willing to.
No. Right now, he's just like sharpening King's Shadow on a steel, hungrily looking at the corpse of this fallen Balrog and all the possibilities that it could unveil. But first, he's going to just kind of, as he's sharpening his knife, kind of glance over the party and feel like something's right. And he would like to pull Tariel aside, if he may.
He may.
She's the King's Shadow. Takes her aside and says, "Hey, that was a fun game last night, right? It's a lot of fun. We used to play it a lot in Arrow Boy, but yeah."
Was there usually an evil cat involved in Erebor?
No, not even once. Yeah, that's a new addition, but it was kind of funny. I mean, I guess. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. Okay. The first game that we played. Sorry. How are you doing? Are you okay?
I'm perfect.
Okay. Good. Perfect is great. Well, I'm not. Okay.
What troubles you?
Oh, first game we ever played. Alweth, the bastard, asked me, what am I most afraid of? And he points at where we just kind of came from, and he points right at Tim. My greatest fear is losing someone that I love, that I love most of anything. And it fills you with a void, fills you with something you can't feel like ever again. And I almost realized it again. You see, I lost someone a long time ago. I was too young to really to know about it, what happened. But there's an emptiness, and I'm glad she made it. I'm glad she's here, and I'm also I'm glad you're here. And I worked on a little thing this morning, and I want to give it to you, if I may.
She waits.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. And he takes something from his pocket and he holds it in this kind of thick dwarven hand. When we first met, and it was kind of like, I think it was when you're holding a dagger to my neck.
I have some memory of that.
It wasn't our best moment, but I'll never forget
It wasn't your best moment.
Oh, well, do I have any? I mean, let's be honest. And I remember the first game yet again, you mentioned that you've never found home before. And that kind of broke my heart a little bit. And I hated hearing that. And I want to give you something.
You said that.
I'm nervous. Let me just give me a minute. Okay, all right. Well, when you holding your dagger to my throat, you fixed this hair right here. Remember this one?
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, boing, and he pulls it out. This luscious, glorious hair from my mustache. I just want you to know, home is not a place. And he gestures out to the others, to Halloweth, to Tanel. It's who you make it with. And he stuffs the little hair into a silver adornment. The little tiny elven vial that he received from when we were gathering up the spider venom. The little tiny one, and he puts it in there and he puts the little cork in it. And you notice that it looks like the glass is the abdomen of a spider, a silver spider, the same silver that he stole from some of the bridal material. And well, you see, this piece goes on your ear. Not the other one, not the one that goes by the drawstring. This is for so this is for you. And I want you to remember that you're always home with us. Here. And he hands it to her.
Tariel leans in and tucks a
Oh.
little lock of hair behind her ear.
Yeah. He moves the braid that kind of comes down the front and perfect.
She kisses him on his
Oh.
forehead and straightens and says, "What I have learned about love, Beery, is that it strips us of all of our defenses, and for whatever your craftsmanship, leaves you with no armor nor shield, and yet seems to be the only tie that binds. I'm honored by your gift, and I think that you should use your dwarven magic on your loved one. It holds."
Oh my God.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
would you like to see it?
Oh.
For those listening on the podcast, it is an ear cuff that in very intricate detail
Oh my God.
looks as though it is spider legs
It's so cool.
crawling up the far side. Max, why don't I
It's
shut up and let
beautiful.
you go ahead, Max? All yours.
It also consists of that fine elven chain that she gave him.
Yeah.
And kind of like a little bit of webbing. It's so Tariel is totally like utilitarian, and
Yeah.
you know it doesn't fit her, but he made it gaudy and
No, it's beautiful. You know what I think? I think about Tariel. I mean, she is a weapon, but I mean, she's an elf, and I think part of her sense of alienation is that she wants to belong but doesn't. And I think this might be the perfect way to sort of connect her with that little bit of elvishness that she maybe doesn't always feel. I think it's beautiful. It's so thoughtful, and I understand why you did it. And I thank you too.
I actually had a ton of adrenaline right there. I don't know
Beautiful.
why.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet.
And he
Thank
rubs
you.
his forehead where she kissed him and gets to work.
Very good.
Welcome to the unpredicted party, Charlotte.
Shut up.
And
Shut up.
that is where we are going to end tonight's episode of the Unpredicted Party.
Oh,
We will pick things up
guys.
after the Balrog forging.
playing.
Tank, thank you. Yeah, something like that. Tank, thank you so much for joining us as a guest.
Tank.
Charlotte,
Yes, thank you.
Charlotte, welcome to the chaos.
Thank you. Thank you.
Folks, we will see you over on Patreon for the Unpredicted After Party. Patreon.com/DonMarshall72. We will be back in 2 weeks for the next episode as the Unpredicted Party makes their way towards Isengard.
They've taken the wizards to Isengard.
50 HP off the final boss. That was brilliant.
Thank God.
It
For those
wasn't
of
an
you-
exact quote.
Yeah. For
That's
those
right.
of you keeping track, I was kidding.
Damn
Thank you all so much.
I forget that people have actually got an actual like record of exactly how much extra
know.
HP.
There
Mhm.
is.
It's
There's a
lot.
list somewhere.
Oh,
It's-
and I'll tell you
ugh.
guys in the after party, the drinking game has been updated as well.
Oh God.
I know somebody actually went back. Somebody sent me an Instagram message to say that they went back to watch the episode with Haldir and me, Halworth, and they did do the drinking game where every time they take a drink, every time Dom
I messed up.
switches between Haldir and Halworth. They went back and they did the game. Apparently, they got wasted. So it's
Yeah. No kidding. I messed up so many times.
There's
God, whoever
too
you are.
many Hals.
There's too
There's
many
too many
Hals. There's
Hals.
too many Hals.
a lot of
Yeah.
house.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. Tank, appreciate you being here once
Dude,
again.
thank you.
for
Thank you,
taking
Tank.
some time out. All right.
You're welcome.
We'll see you.
Thank you
in
very
2 weeks.
much.
We'll
Yo.
Tank.
Maybe Beery will be able to make you a. Okay, we'll see you next time. Thanks, everybody.
Hammer.
It's happening. It's happening.